A woman accidentally digs up an ancient wooden box and finds a strange pendant inside. Unexpectedly, it is awakened during a noisy moment of everyday life. When she comes to her senses, she realizes that everything around her has become unusually quiet. Her husband and children are all frozen in place. What on earth is going on? In an ordinary American family, Penny is awakened by an alarm clock set by her mischievous children, and thus begins her daily life as a housewife. Barbecue and coffee make up the basic meal. The music playing on the radio is fairly pleasant. Suddenly, the oven lets out a shrill sound. The daughters start their usual quarrel. Ruth has somehow gotten hold of a toy snake. At the same time, the ringing of the telephone mixes with the barking of the dog. Just as Penny goes over to answer the phone, her husband Ross complains about which little rascal put sand in his shoes. Penny, already busy, hangs up the phone only to notice the washing machine shaking violently. She keeps asking her husband to deal with it, and only then does he reluctantly go to handle it. Penny wants to flip the barbecue but is startled by a snake on top, clearly another prank by the mischievous children. All kinds of noises blend together, and Penny feels like her ears are about to explode. If only she could have a quiet life, what a wonderful thing that would be. After breakfast, Penny starts tending the garden. The annoying neighbor is making noise again, when suddenly her hand feels something hard. Brushing away the dirt, she discovers a wooden box. Inside there is only an object wrapped in white cloth. She takes it out and examines it closely. It is a strange pendant. Penny puts it around her neck and finds that it fits her perfectly. Her entire demeanor changes, and then she takes the children to the supermarket to shop. Ruth makes a fuss about buying snacks, but Penny shakes her head and refuses outright. Angry, Ruth runs ahead. When Penny catches up, she suddenly bumps into someone. A stack of canned goods is knocked over and crashes to the ground one by one, the metallic clatter stabbing at her eardrums. Even after returning home, nothing changes. The two daughters continue arguing. Bertie even spills milk on the floor, and Penny quickly pulls out some paper towels to clean it up. Ross rushes over and reminds his wife to sew some clothes, since he has to hurry off to work soon. There isn't a single worry-free person in the house. Penny is battered from all sides, and finally she can't take it anymore, and yells out loud. Penny looks at everyone in shock. Everything seems to have frozen in place. She repeatedly checks in front of Ross, and realizes that everything except herself has been stopped. An excited smile appears on Penny's face. Her wish has actually come true, all thanks to the pendant. Next, Penny tells everyone to speak, and time resumes its normal flow. But as long as she says the words "shut up," everything will stop again. Even if she takes off the pendant, the effect does not disappear. It simply can no longer be controlled. No matter where it came from, at least she can have moments of peace. Originally, nighttime is one of the few quiet periods, yet Ross lets out tractor-like snores again. The television reports the latest news about negotiations between both sides. Penny uses her power, and the host immediately shuts his mouth. Her husband's snoring disappears as well. Penny feels incredibly fortunate to have obtained this magical pendant, and promises she will never take it off. When she lets everything return to normal, the host says that if the negotiations fail, all life as known on Earth will be wiped out. Just as he is about to reveal the key information, Penny turns off the television. The morning noise vanishes. She leisurely enjoys her coffee and food. No mischievous children, no shouting husband, and the world becomes much more wonderful. Ross is halfway through tying his tie. Bertie spills the milk again. Penny looks at the scene and can't help laughing out loud. This is what a normal breakfast should be like. No more noisy sounds. Later, she goes to the supermarket alone. Penny wants to buy limited edition snacks for her children, but another woman gets there first. It is the last box in the store. The woman smugly heads for the checkout. Penny activates her power, and the world freezes at that very moment. She walks up to the woman, snatches the limited edition snacks, and replaces them with a box of ordinary ones. Even with such godlike power, Penny never thinks about shoplifting.